Hello. I know it's been a very, very long time since I did a video, about a year now. I hope you can hear me because the AC is on. So, a little bit about why I haven't been on really is, so far 2018 has not been the greatest of years. A lot of this. The only good thing that came out of this year is I have my son now, and he's right next to me, passed out, so I'm also trying to be quiet so I don't wake him up too. But I have been, well, since I stopped making videos, it really hasn't been great. My grandfather had a stroke, and he's alive, but he's in a wheelchair now. He doesn't really have any movement in his right hand, and his right hand dominant. My brother-in-law got into an accident, and then this year my husband's best friend passed away. A week later my grandmother passed away, and then some other family members passed away. My husband's sleeping on the couch, so I gotta be quiet. So I haven't really been doing too much crocheting up until now, seeing how I'm not working. The little one, he was supposed to be due July 30th, and he came June 25th. Didn't want to wait. So, since he was early, there was some issues with his breathing. He would stop breathing while he was eating. So, he was in the neonatal ICU for 4.5 weeks before we were able to bring him home. Now that he's home, and I love it. I mean, when he was in the neonatal ICU, we could go there anytime, day or night, besides between 7 and 7 a.m. and p.m. Those are the only times that we couldn't go, because that was their shift change. And now I can just look down and he's right there. He's sleeping in that little bouncer thing because he does not like sleeping in his bassinet. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because it's not comfortable enough, or he just does not like sleeping in it at all. I think the longest he slept in it was maybe an hour and a half. But other than that, no. He'll sleep in that. I think because it also vibrates too. So, enough about the bad stuff. Well, having him wasn't bad. I'll get into showing you what I've been working on. I started this, just making my phone to not fall. I don't remember when I started this, but then I kind of put it off to the side and I started something else, which I have a very bad habit of doing. And it is Lacey Cardigan. It's a pattern out of the Simply Crochet magazine. And that's what it will look like. Well, that's the back part anyways. And I printed it out so I didn't have to use the book or the magazine. There's the front. And since the printer was out of color, I had to print it in black and white. So I'm almost done with it. I have my little marker to let me know where I am. But I got all but one sleeve done. And it was all supposed to be this color, but I didn't have enough, so I had to improvise. Yeah, this is what it's going to look like, minus the one sleeve. I still got the border to do, but yeah, that. And the blue is done out of ice yarn. Let's see. I know I showed this before, so it just shows how long I've had it. It's a sale winter. I don't think there's a number. Nope, it just says sale winter. And I don't think, is it gonna focus? There we go. Yeah, I like this yarn. The only thing is if you have to take out whatever you did, it gets stuck together because it's really, really fine. Well, not really, really fine, but it's not meant to be. It's meant to, when you work it up, don't take it out. Because it's going to be a pain to take it out. And the white is, let's see if I still have the, I don't still have the band. The white is just like a regular white, and it's from Walmart, and it's Walmart brand. I didn't know Walmart had their own brand of yarn, but when I was upstate for my baby shower that my mom threw me, I was working on this, and I'm like, I need to get something. I was trying to find a blue to match, but I couldn't find it. I found one that was darker, one that was lighter, but none that were the same color. So that's why I got the white. And this is how much I have done on the second sleeve. It's almost done. I got 5 more rows left to do, and then it's all done. I'm kind of really excited about it. I'm hoping to finish it tonight. That's if little one lets me. I know I should be sleeping while he's sleeping, but we slept pretty much off and on all day, so I guess that makes up for the lack of sleep that I have been getting. But I thought he was waking up. Today I went to Joannes because they had a sale on the yarn. It was buy one get one 75% off. So I went there and I had a gift card. So I used that and I got a cupcake. I saw it and I'm like, oh my god, I love this. And there's hair on it. So the color is Sea Breeze. I think I might make a shawl or a cardigan out of this. I love the colors. And I got 2 of those. Oh, there's a little bit of a different color right there. But I'm really excited about making something with those. I have a few projects in mind that I want to do after I finish this, the lace cardigan. But choosing which one is the difficult part. I have little pieces of paper stuck in all of the magazines and the book of which ones that I want to do. Now it's just like eeny, meeny, miny, moe on which one to do. And I have, let me grab it. Hold on 1 second. I have Boho Spirit. I know I've shown this before. color number is 6385. I think the last time I showed it was still in the packaging, whereas like vacuum sealed shut. But I have this that I can also do something with, but I'm not sure. I have four of these, and they are 100-gram balls. The cupcakes are 150 grams. So I don't know, a lot of the things that I chose that I wanted to work on next, most of them, they need more than what I have, so I might do something, find something else to do with the cupcakes, unless if I go and get more cupcakes to try and finish whatever I decide, or find something else to use this with. But I'm not too sure. I'll probably put all the patterns in a hat and then draw them out one by one and then make a list and go down that list and see what I'll show you some of the ones that I want to try and do. How to crochet. I think there's only 2 patterns that I want to try on this one. It's this, and that's called a cut diamond cardigan, and then the other one is a flowing lace cardigan. So this one calls for I'll be making a large just because I like jackets, hoodies, cardigans just a little bit bigger on me, like not too much bigger. So I would need 12 50-gram balls to make the flowing lace cardigan. And with the other one, I would need six balls. So I might be able to do that, the diamond cut cardigan, with this. And it says the weight is 3 that it requires. It doesn't have the weight on here. It just calls for a 4 or 5 millimeter hook. But that's about it. Doesn't say which weight it is. Let's see which one. Yeah. It might be just the right size that I need. So maybe I will do that with this one. That's all I need to do is make a video, and it would have came to me which one I wanted to do. Now, there's another crochet magazine, and there's quite a bit in here that I want to try and do. There is this one. I'm trying to get it so there's no glare. And This one, it's almost the same as the green one, but this one has sleeves. That one's called Summer Swag Tee. And then the green one that I showed you is called Peekaboo Shoulder Top. And then the other one in this magazine is called Maya Vest. I'm not really big with the fringe, but I really like how that looks. And I was thinking about using the cupcakes to make that. Because that, I would need 2, 3. Well, they have different yarns, so say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 balls of 5 different colors. 100 grams. I may have to get more if I try and do that with those. Okay, the next magazine, Simply Crochet. And there's only one pattern that I want to try and do out of this one. And I like the other ones. It's just, maybe eventually I'll do them. It's this. And it's, I think it's called the Sleeveless Top. Feel the warmth. And there's a little bit of a close-up of it, so you can see the stitches. It'll focus in. But yeah, that's another thing that I want to try and make up. And then the last one is out of the Urban Edge. And there's quite a bit in here that I want to try and do. There's Rio de Janeiro. I said that wrong. And that's what it looks like. And then there's Saint Tropez. Buenos Aires. Seattle. There's a lot of them in here that I want to try and do. Oh, this is the last one. This one is called Milan. Yeah. I think I showed this book to you when I first got it, but I'm not sure. And here's just some of the other designs on there. Other patterns that you can do. And I like all of them. I don't know if I would want to try and do that because of all those squares. But it could be fun, I guess. So yeah, so if I manage to be able to do everything in here that I want to do, I will be happy. There's another thing that I'm making, but it's kind of buried right now, so I'm not going to get that out, is a blanket. A baby blanket, but that I could take a little while because I'm making it for my son. And I was thinking about giving it to him for Christmas. He'll be 6 months old on Christmas. So I got time to, got a little bit of time to do that. So, but other than that, not much has really been going on. Because, when my son had his first doctor's appointment for, he had to have a doctor's appointment because of him being in the neonatal ICU. They want the babies to go see their doctor 1 to 2 days after their appointment. So while we were at the doctor's, the doctor had him laying on his stomach and he's sitting there pushing himself up. Surprised the doctor because he's only a month, he's a month and he'll be a month and he'll be 6 weeks old on Monday. But he was only a month old when he went to his doctor's appointment, and he was pushing himself up, and the doctor's like, whoa, you shouldn't be doing that at that age. That's not until later on. And then he was laying on my husband's chest like this, and he was laying like this, and he ended up turning himself sideways. Don't know how is he doing that? I have no idea. He's strong, and he was also had a hold of my husband's fingers, and he was lifting himself up. It's like, I'm not hanging on to him, I'm only lightly hanging on to him in case of his hand slip. But other than that, he's lifting himself up. So I told my husband, I'm like, he's gonna be a mini Hulk, just like you. He's a strong little boy. And he does have a set of lungs on him. And he is very impatient. Yes. When he gets hungry, if you don't feed him now, when he wants the food, he'll let you know. And I think he lets the whole block know that he's hungry. But it's so nice having him home. And the drive is about a 20-minute drive to go to the hospital. And I go up there 3 times a day. And I stay for, well, when I went up during the day, I would stay for a few hours, and then we'd go back up there when my husband got out of work. And we'd stay for like an hour and a half. And we'd come home. I hated leaving him, but it was the best for him, because if he came home, they called it an episode. He would de-stat. He would stop breathing when he was eating, because he'd get too excited and he'd forget to breathe. There was also a couple of times where he wouldn't breathe while he was sucking on a pacifier, and I guess he did it a couple of times when he was sleeping. But I think that's because he had a pacifier in his mouth. So the nurse in the neonatal ICU was like, when you get home, I suggest you don't use a pacifier. So I'm like, that's fine with me. If that means he can come home, I'm fine with not using a pacifier. But they kept using a pacifier with him, and my husband would take him out of his little crib thing that they had him in. So we have quite the collection of the hospital pacifiers. There's about 6 of them that he took. But he has, at home, he has been using a pacifier. There's one when I first gave it to him, because I seen how he was in the neonatal ICU with it, and I'm like, okay, he did fine. And I'm like, okay, so I'll try it at home. If I see, because right here will turn like a purplish blue, and so will his lips. So I'm like, if I see that, then I'll take it out, and that's it. We don't use them. I sat there and I watched him for a half hour sucking on the pacifier, and I saw his chest moving, so he actually did stop and take a breath, and he was also sucking and taking a breath. So now I'm seeing that, and every time I give it to him, I watch him for 10-15 minutes before I'll go and do whatever, like crochet or do something other than watching over him. So just in case he does not stop breathing, I'll be right there. And I'm constantly checking on him anyways. I think that's another reason why I don't really sleep, because I wake up in a panic checking on him to make sure that he's still breathing. But other than the whole breathing thing, he was fine. The day that I went into the hospital, it was 5 weeks early. Like I said, he wasn't due until July 30th was my due date. I was at work, and I just kept having stomach pain. Well, actually, it was on a Sunday that I was at work, that I went to the hospital. Saturday night is when I started having stomach pains, and I'm like, oh, it's probably because I just worked an 8-hour shift. I was on my feet all day. I was really busy. I'm like, I just need to go home, lay down, stretch out, and relax. Well, I did that, and I got up Sunday morning. Pain's still there. I was at work for an hour, and I'm calling up the hospital saying I have some stomach pains. I'm like, I'm not due until July 30th. I'm like, should I come in, or is it like Braxton Hicks type thing? They're like, come in, we'll check you out, see what's going on. It could be just Braxton Hicks, but better be safe than sorry. So I get into the hospital, they hook me up to the monitors, they check me. My doctor comes in, checks on me. He's like, you're 4 centimeters dilated. You're being admitted. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Like, I had his diaper bag ready, packed with everything that he needed. My bag wasn't packed, so I had to have my husband bring me some stuff. Well, that really didn't happen until Monday, which is when he was born. But Sunday and Monday kind of was all just one day for me. So I was in and out of sleep. But the doctor came in, and he was going to break my water because he wanted to put the internal monitor, because his heart rate kept dropping, and they wanted to keep an eye on it. Well, when the doctor broke my water, the umbilical cord started coming out. So they had to do an emergency C-section, which took 30 seconds. I was the talk of the maternity ward for a couple of days because of how short the C-section was, because they had to do it fast because his head was pressing down on the umbilical cord, which was the reason why his heart rate kept dropping. So I woke up, and I said, where is he? Is he okay? They're like, yeah, he's fine. He's in the neonatal ICU. And I'm like, well, can I see him? They're like, of course. And then when I was in, like, the recovery, I had staples. I think 10 staples. 10, around there. And I had just woken up from the anesthesia, and the nurse in the recovery is asking me to roll after I just had these staples put in. Oh my god, the pain. I'm like, I can't roll. She's like, oh, I'll help you. She didn't help me at all. I was crying in pain. And I heard my husband like, what are they doing to her? So then, after that, I didn't remember why she was having me roll. But after that, I got to go down to the neonatal ICU, and I got to finally meet my little son. He was 6 pounds, 3 ounces, and was 19.5 inches long. And I forgot what I was going to say. I just went, phew. If I was talking to my mother, she would be like, oh, you got the mom brain already. Yeah, I have no idea what I was going to say. But it was so amazing seeing him for the first time. And I'm like, so this is what the person looks like that's been kicking my insides for the past few months. And then he kicked me when I was hanging on to him. He kicked me in the stomach, and I'm like, that was weird, feeling it from the outside instead of the inside. And then when I felt my stomach for the first time after he was out, and I'm like, whoa, my stomach is squishy again. That doesn't feel right. It still doesn't feel right. Like, how long does it take for, like, the feeling of it not being so weird to go away? So I'm still feeling it. It's been 6 weeks almost since I had him, and it still feels weird. I catch myself rubbing my stomach. Like, it's so weird. It's not hard anymore. Now it's just squishy. And I have lost almost 30 pounds since I had him. I think 7 of it while I was while I was still pregnant, only because I ended up getting gestational diabetes. I had to do, first they put me on metformin. Metformin wasn't working, so they put me on insulin, and the insulin seemed to be doing pretty good. I cried when they told me I had to do insulin. I didn't, not happy about that at all. But it was to make sure that little guy was doing okay. So I did it. And once they tested my sugar after I had him, I was fine. It went away. I'm like, that's awesome. Because they told me I couldn't eat french fries anymore, because I had to write down everything I ate. Then I had to test my sugar an hour after I ate. Well, in the morning, I'd have to take it when I first woke up, write it down. Then I would have to eat breakfast, and then an hour after breakfast, I'd have to test my sugar, and then have a snack in between lunch and breakfast. And then I didn't have to test my sugar during when I had a snack, just lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner is when I had to test my sugar. I had to have a snack in between breakfast and between breakfast and lunch, and then lunch and dinner, and then a before bedtime snack. And I'm like, I feel like a kid. I get a bedtime snack. But I'm so glad that I don't have to do that, because I had to write down everything that I ate, the amount that I ate. Then I would have to write the time that I ate and what my sugar was. It was like, and because I had to eat less but more frequently, I ended up losing weight. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, because, you know, my husband asked, you know, if me losing weight was a bad thing, and my doctor was like, baby's growing just fine, so no. And it's, her losing weight, it's fine. It's just if the baby starts losing weight, then that's when it's a problem. But he was growing, and I was losing. So, I'm fine with that. And I'm still losing it, and I'm still fine with that. I think I lost about, just having him was about 15 to 20 pounds that I lost. I'm actually almost down to where I want to be in size. I got about 20 more pounds to go, and then I'll be good to go. Let's see if I can keep this going, hopefully. Well, it is almost 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to try and finish this cardigan, hopefully, before little one decides that he wants to wake up because he's hungry again. So I will try and do more videos, even if they're just, you know, quick pop in and say, hey, this is what I got today, or this is what I finished today. I probably definitely will do another video once I finish this cardigan, so it might be another video tomorrow, if I can fit that in. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, also at 1:30. So I will try. It might be a late night video, like I always do. But tomorrow definitely this cardigan should be finished, and then hopefully I will have figured out something else to do. I may have even started something else after I finish this. Like, my Crochet is back and I'm excited. But it's also a bad thing because I have all these things and ideas that I want to do that are running through my head, and I'm only one person. I only got 2 hands. It would be awesome if I could crochet with my feet, then I could do 2 projects at once. But unfortunately, I can't do that. So I am going to get going for now. I've almost talked for 40 minutes. I'm surprised. I don't know what to say. It's been a while. So hopefully I'll be able to fit in another video tomorrow. If not tomorrow, I will definitely try and do one Saturday. Well, technically it's already Friday, so today I'll try and do another video, and then tomorrow I'll do a video if I don't get a chance to do it today. Okay, so I hope everybody is doing well, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!